You have reached the public service. Ask yourself one question. Are you a taker or a maker? As with any situation in life, is your situation taking or making you happy? This is a public service show, and I'm Sandra.
And I'm Kirk.
And we're back.
We are back, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And we're back.
We're back. We are continuing with our crime series called Crime Con 3. This is the last of the 16 that we're introducing right now. We may introduce some more later on. But right now, this is going to wrap it up for us with people in our government and who they are and what we believe they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you do number 1?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. Here, Doug Collins. As Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Collins oversees the Department of Veterans Affairs, managing services programs that support veterans' health care, benefits, and other needs. And holy cow, recent events.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care to...
No, I'll let you drop the mic yourself.
Okay, so it has come to our attention, verified by Sandra, that there's a state in this country that is now charging their veterans after they get injured.
I believe that is the entire federal government. That is the new
I thought
military
it was just Nebraska.
rules. No, Nebraska is charging for Medicaid, Medicare.
Oh, okay. I was confusing the two. Well, basically, the way that it seems like it's come down is that if these guys get injured and they are roll off of active duty, they have to foot their own medical bill or something to that effect. And to me, that is a crime. I mean, really? You're going to have your veterans?
Well, what was proposed, and I saw on MS Now, was that if you get injured active duty, any injury, any cost will be taken out of your retirement. And I couldn't believe my eyes and my ears. So I stopped it and I played it back. And sure enough, anybody that is currently in the military and gets injured during active duty training overseas at these wars or whatever will be responsible to pay for their own injuries now. The federal government is no longer going to pay for your limb loss, anything. You have to pay for it out of your retirement. And I'm just blown away. So.
Yeah, blown away is the right word. Holy cow. I mean, it's bad enough with all the cuts. The big beautiful bill, they have decimated the veteran services. There are less doctors, there are less nurses, there are less everybody. It was already bad enough. I'm a veteran. It was already bad enough, and it took long enough to get an appointment. Now, I had to schedule my next primary care follow-up almost a full year in advance.
Right.
A full year.
I can't even imagine that the sacrifices you've already made for our country and now being hit with huge medical costs. We don't even need to use the words or the analogies. We all know what you're thinking, and so am I.
It's wow.
But, if we don't take care of our billion and trillionaires, we're the worst people in the world. I believe that's what's been said.
Oh, so. Yeah. They got to make sure that those,
so those cuts go to
well
people who really don't need the income. But that's...
Wow.
So, we'll move on to number 2. Christy Nome, who's no longer with us, the puppy killer. I heard some awful things about her, and the woman that doesn't care about anybody that's hurt, wounded, or whatever on her dime. But she was also in control of FEMA, if I'm not mistaken, right? In
Yes.
Texas, a whole bunch of kids were swept away. And it's because their early warning system was down. I don't know if she had anything to do with it, but I do know that we don't get accurate weather anymore because all the balloons went down because we have to take care of our billion and trillionaires. And so now everybody is responsible. If you have a fire in your state better come up with the money because FEMA is not. If you have floods, your state better come up with the money because FEMA is not. If you have any kind of disaster, tornadoes, hurricanes, I mean, you name it, tsunamis, FEMA's not going to be there for you. So it's really, really important that you figure out a plan. Our federal government is doing a fabulous job collecting our money and an even better job at not dispersing it back towards us. So Christy Nome's no longer there. Karen S. Evans is now serving as senior official performing duties for FEMA. Trump is expected to nominate Cameron Hamilton. Don't know a lot about him. A former acting leader who was previously fired to the lead agency permanently. So there's some kind of whatever going on. There's always drama in this administration.
Oh, that's what they do well.
Instead, it should open up with some sort of soap opera.
Okay.
Kind of da, 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 as the Trump turns, right?
Yeah, that's what they need. You got
anyway,
that right.
The agency.
That's the Trump turns.
Oh, it's just I can't keep up with the firings, the hirings, the murders, the rapes. I can't keep track of the stealing, the insider trading. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, I'm tired. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very tired of keeping track of the atrocities that are happening. But that's just my opinion.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah. So I am very disheartened about what's happening to our veterans and what's happening to our country.
I mean, well, you nailed it. I mean, she's a puppy killer, which, isn't that kind of a precursor to what they say?
Serial
the
killers?
serial killer?
Yeah.
And she stood in front of all those incarcerated people in El Salvador like it was some badge of honor that she, put all of these people in a prison that's not in our country and they didn't vet. I mean, they had people there who didn't belong there, so, I mean, illegal immigration problem is a real problem, but you gotta have some form of humanity when working with these people.
And not only that, if I'm not mistaken, in Florida, where she's from, that alligator Alcatraz.
No, she's from North Dakota.
Whatever.
Yeah. Or South Dakota.
Whatever. I feel sorry for them. Anyway, I can't even imagine deliberately putting people somewhere that if they got away, they didn't have a chance at all for survival, and that was by design. So, I mean, not only are you not convicted of a crime, it is a crime if you stay over your visa or whatever like that, but to not have a judge and a jury and all those things, and you get eaten by an anaconda or alligators, I think that we've gone too far here. I mean, we're definitely knocking the hell out of third world country stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, Banana Republic or whatever?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Banana Republic, Peach Republic. I mean, pick your republic.
Well, you got that right.
We're a mix of all of them.
I'm embarrassed. Some of the things that, not some, most, if not all. We've got a lot of work to do.
I think FEMA, wasn't she also had in place something to the tune of if it was more than 100 grand, it had to
Yes.
go directly through her. Then of course
Yes,
the
that she had to
commercials.
sign off. That's why those little girls were washed away in that sleepaway camp. And there's somebody should be fired for that. It's
Unreal.
just saying.
Okay, here. Next one. Lee Zeldin, an American politician and lawyer serving as the 17th administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. Yeah. Drill baby drill. Um, clean beautiful coal.
Don't worry about the emissions on your car.
Yes.
Go ahead and
I mean,
pollute the water all you like.
I want to drink. I personally like to drink sewage. I mean, there's some vitamins there.
I won't. I won't touch that. Let's hope that we don't have to. All I have to say is
Unmitigated
that this
disaster.
person that's in control of the Environmental Protection Agency, please put filters on your water. Try not to, if they're starting to drill somewhere, try not to be in close contact if you can, right? Your air is going to really, really, really have problems soon, because my understanding is that they've rolled back emissions for a lot of factories, so they are more, go ahead and pollute. So if you live by factories, maybe wear a mask. I'm not a doctor, but I just don't see how pollution is good for you. And
Mm.
buckle down, because I don't know how bad this is going to get.
It's interesting. It'll be very interesting to see because now they're building all of these data centers for the artificial intelligence.
And we have to pay for those.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see where the EPA fits in all this with these massive million square foot data centers being built and how much destruction to the land, how much waste is left behind,
Mm-hmm.
how much, nasty pollution in the air is being left behind.
The
mess.
one thing that I read about the data centers is they use large amounts of water
Yes.
and large amount of power. So most of the places where they're proposing these data centers are going to have rolling blackouts. And that's to make sure that the data centers don't go down. So if you're living by there and you have an opportunity to talk to your congressmen or your senators, I would put a little vote no on that if I were you.
Yeah.
I mean, why? And not only are your power bills going to go up, because it was proposed that we should endure the cost.
Of course. Because we have loads of cash laying around. Oh, yeah.
Please. Would we be complaining if we had loads of cash? But
Well, they seem
his
to think we do.
point, set, and match. Exactly.
What a mess.
Okay, moving on to number 4, Russell Voigt. He's in control of the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, and that's the largest office with the Executive Office of the President. He's responsible for producing the President's budget proposals, overseeing federal agency performances, and coordinating regulatory and management policies. It's used as a central hub for implementing presidential priorities across the executive branch. So here's how this goes.
Hell no.
So
Well-timed use of the hell no
somebody
button.
stays up late, like 3 o'clock. There's some hamburger delivery or something like that. A lot of Twitter action. And then I need money to start a war.
Hmm.
This guy helps him. I need money to buy Venezuelan boats. This guy helps him. I need money
Ballroom.
so that, well, no, that was supposedly privately funded.
Yeah, we know that's full
Well,
of crap.
oh, come on. These people are so honest. They're saintly. Come on. Let's just.
The
I
saint
mean,
of prevarication.
he even put. Give me some.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes. So this guy, Russell Voigt, he hides in the shadows, but don't forget that name. When rubber meets the road and we have a lot of money missing, this guy helped with the budgets. Now, I haven't seen any budget here. I haven't seen anybody limiting any kind of spending. In fact, we're in $1 trillion or more of revenue loss. So the word budget here, no.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no budget in the budget.
Yes. And regulations, overseas
Do
regulations.
they understand that word? I don't think they do.
No, that's a law. So my understanding is laws are not meant for these people. So
That's a
I don't-
negatory on the regulatory.
yeah.
All righty. On to number 5.
Yes, I'll sit here and I'll rinse my
Let's see here.
because she makes me angry.
Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI, acts as the primary advisor to the President, National Security Council, and the Homeland Security Council on intelligence matters and incidents. Responsible for strategic, objective, and all source analysis. Integrate activities in key areas such as the National Counterterrorism Center, or the NCTC, and the National Counterintelligence and Security Center, the NCSC. That DNI is the Department of National Intelligence. And my goodness, where to begin? A war of choice with Iran, one of the well-known and very active and very successful cyber threat attack. These people they lead the way. It's like every once in a while it's a 1 and 2 between they and China, and it flip-flops depending upon what month of the year it is. These people are exceptional cyber terrorists, and this is the person who they put in charge of this. What a mess. I would assume that the disgusting data breach from Doge would have or should have fallen under this. In fact, she should have investigated them for all the stuff they stole and sold on the dark web to Russia and China. All your personal information that belonged to the government is gone. It's not gone, but they copied. Off it goes. Yeah.
So Tulsi Gabbard is one that believes a lot of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
She believes that aliens are walking amongst us, sucking out our brain matter. I don't know. All I know is that we have never seen or felt as many hacks or data breaches as it's everywhere. So she's counterterrorism, means that she's part of the liquor cabinet, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So-
The liquor cabinet. Sandra's going to explain.
The liquor cabinet is a bunch of, I guess, what are their names? How many are there?
There's 2 that I know of for sure. There is Pete Hegseth, who is a known imbiber of the spirits, and of course the FBI director, Kash Patel, who, everybody saw the celebration of the American men's hockey team at the Olympics, and he wore more booze than he drank, at least in that particular
Actually,
instance.
it was a short
But-
clip, so we don't know how long he was drinking, but he looked like he was having
Yeah,
a
he
good
was
old
sauced
time
up pretty well.
on our
Oh,
dime.
let's not forget the numerous reports, I think it was out of the Atlantic, maybe, that where they literally had to kick the door in his hotel because he's so drunk and passed out that they can't reach him when he's in need for meetings, for things like, hello, counterterrorism and intelligence, and sitting with Tulsi Gabbard and trying to figure out what Iran's next attack is. Although then again, they're on record as saying that they're not going to really do a whole lot to us because Trump is doing more to us than they could ever accomplish.
The new head of Iran, because I believe we killed his father or whatever, he said that he's been watching our news, of course, and he understands that the majority of the American people have nothing against Iran. Nor did we even know we were at war with them until after the fact. So when the decision came down to, respond to the attacks, they said no. It is quite clear with the tariffs and the poisoning and all the other things and the high cost of living that they've instilled here that our president is doing way more damage to us than they could. And I was grateful. I'm like, thank you, because we are learning that these drone attacks are really good. And that's what has been preventing us from calling it a win. And thanks to Putin and Xi Jinping helping Iran fight against us, look it up. Our current president's best friend is helping us lose.
His good buddy.
And I don't know if I'm losing, actually, because frankly, I don't support a war with people I don't have any anger with.
Well, I don't note here that we actually haven't declared war.
No, he did.
Because Congress has to
declare
that.
war.
And
so it's a skirmish?
This is
or is it?
I think it's a skirmish.
Is it a skirmish, or is it a playground fisticuffs?
Yes, it's a sandbox brawl. There you go.
So that's probably I was quite shocked when I woke up and saw that we were bombing Iran. Bombing. I'm like, why? I was already worried about the other two wars that were going on.
How many weeks are we into this thing now?
Oops.
It's like almost 2 months, I think.
Yeah.
Something in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
the
mean,
90 days. No, we're close to the 90 days.
60 days.
60 days.
Right. Yeah.
So, okay, 60 days.
No, it just passed.
Okay,
like
that's
yesterday,
over then.
I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, 2 full months.
60 days of hell.
To the no.
There you go.
This is my little button here that I love.
It's just.
Yeah.
I
mean, we try not to, it's very difficult not to pick a side in this stuff.
We have to.
Right? Because when we started talking, when we started talking about, world situations and things like that, we tried to remain neutral. But it is impossible to remain neutral when there's so much death and destruction going on. I just can't sit here and pretend it's not there.
I'm with you on that. And I know they continue to keep doing these polls, and I see that the number is slowly beginning to eke down as far as people who approve or think the war, I'm sorry, I need a different name. It is not the war. This conflict is a good thing, but I would really like to have a conversation with a handful of these people who say this is a good thing, because I would like to know what it is they think we're getting at. I mean, they keep throwing around these words like nuclear bomb. I'm going to look dead in this camera and say, the only person on this planet right now who I even remotely would consider stupid enough to launch a nuclear weapon is Donald Trump.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I don't think anybody in Iran would be stupid enough to set off a nuclear bomb. I don't think Putin is stupid enough. I don't think Xi Jinping. I don't think the lunatic in North Korea. Donald Trump. And I'm going to be honest with you. He's just as liable to nuke one of our cities because, of course, according to him,
Air doesn't
the
move.
biggest danger to his administration is here at home. And he's exactly right, because we have no intention of letting him continue to run amok. But this is their justification. You get with Pete Hegseth and his war fighters and striking with violence and victory and completion. It's like, and they ask him, well, why are you there? And he goes, well, we're keeping them from a nuclear bomb. We're keeping
No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah.
I mean, all the vitriol and stuff that they're using to justify and to try to get us enraged enough to support them is not working. They're using this to try to look what we're doing. This is a good thing. It is not. This is bullying on a grand scale. I did not support blowing up the Venezuela boats when we had no idea who was in them. I am not supportive of going over there and shooting and killing and bombing. It was a girls' school was one of the first ones that was
yes, 140.
and I have not forgotten that either. So no, that's a war crime, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
And that they believe that the information came from Putin helping us. That's what was stated on the news. So, pick your friends better, buddy. Pick your friends better.
It's very interesting to see what ultimately comes out of this, because let's just face it, The Hague should be sending an arrest warrant. Should have already been sent, in my humble opinion.
To our entire administration at this point. I mean, my understanding as well is that they started this war, and all of the contracts that are being bid, say for instance it's $1 billion, they're taking 3. I've heard this on the news. So it's really about the fleecing of America. Even Kristi Noem, she hired all of her friends to go run all of these containment centers. So they're all making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I can't keep track of it. It's so much money. It's crazy.
Well, let's not forget Donnie Jr. or Eric Trump, who owns or bought a drone manufacturer. So, there's a good reason to keep going with the war.
And the other son is running a gambling establishment so that he's betting on war. So he calls up the White House and says, okay, are you going to drop bombs or not drop bombs? And so they're making a lot of money. This is so legal.
The grid is on.
Anyway, you ready for number 6?
I am.
Tom Homan, or Human. How does he pronounce it? Homan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's the border czar. A White House-based role overseeing southern and northern border security, maritime and aviation security, and the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants. He is currently leading the federal immigration enforcement, specifically directing ICE operations in Minnesota to address regional and immigrational surges. So, let's just cross this off and say, this man is hurting people. And he's doing it with gusto and glee. Although he has had some setbacks because he stood on a podium and threatened everyone, and apparently his family is taking a lot of threats as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of you people are religious out there, so that one quote, live by the sword, die by the sword. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, all I know is he comes off like a cowboy. He's like the man's man. I'm gonna make sure that this gets done. Yeehaw! I'm gonna lay waste to these people. We're gonna keep the. This is a guy who wants the wall. I mean, he gets on these shows and he goes on Fox News. I've actually seen him once or twice on MS Now, and he looks in the camera and he literally says, "Well, we're going to throw you in jail." And when the talk show hosts go, "Well, what about with their families?" "Well, we'll throw them in there with them."
Right.
He's all about family separation and throwing people in jail for no good reason. And these jails are just, they're pits of despair.
The policy that they set up is quite abusive, because they're taking the parents and the children. They're forcing the parents to take their American-born children with them.
Yeah.
Because it is quite clear to me that they do not want any Hispanics in our country, it looks like to me.
Yeah, I think that they said they're now going after the first gen people.
Yeah.
And they're going after the people who actually follow the law and are here, and they're now already naturalized. They're already citizens.
Be very careful. Yeah, naturalized citizens. They said they were going to start with 340 something.
Something like that.
I don't
yes.
have the exact number, but it was a lot that were naturalized citizens.
Yep.
And now they are going to take away your citizenship and kick you out. Now, first gen. So the first person that should be on there would be Don Jr., or even Trump is first gen.
Yeah.
Is Trump first
Donnie
gen?
Boy's first. He's first gen. Yep. Donald Trump is first gen.
Okay, so he's first gen. So if they're taking away first gen, what does that mean?
It means he should be on the
Kirk.
next boat.
According to my calculations, the correct answer to this problem is no.
I mean, like
Bye.
with my
Let's leave the people alone.
Au revoir.
Leave or
Au
yes.
revoir.
I mean, can you imagine? I don't know how we're going to be able to protect them, because I see all the pleas for help out there. I do, with the immigration, and people are torn. And let me explain to you why. Because a lot of people truly believe that if you've overstayed your visa,
Yeah.
that you don't have a right to stay here. And we know what it takes to become a citizen. It's not a lot. We have friends that have become citizens here.
As
Now,
money,
wait.
the money part.
The money part can be saved. You have like months to save. But so a lot of Americans are like, well, did you commit a crime? I can't go out and fight for this, right? But I see a lot of children being locked up.
Yeah.
And that's a line. That's that Rubicon line there, that the rest of us Americans are going, no, because they did this last time. And the last administration, I believe it was the Obama administration, that was trying to find the parents, or was
No,
it
that was Biden?
Biden?
Yeah.
They were trying to find.
1,500. They weren't able to.
They were not able to find the parents of 1,500 children. And that concerned me. You know why it concerned me? Were they killed? Where were they sent?
Yeah.
Now, where are the children? Because they're doing it again. And we've heard reports that some of the even young girls are actually getting pregnant
Yep.
by male whoever's. It's not a good look. As an American, I'm disgusted, and as a woman, I'm horrified. And as an American, all I can do is put my head down. And I have to tell you that I never thought in my lifetime, when I first started voting when I was 18, that I would sit in 2026 and actually have to put my head down because what is being done to people that were here is nothing like I thought would ever have been done, ever in my lifetime, ever. So, as an American, an embarrassed, horrified American, we have to figure out something.
Yeah, I agree with you. And these people need to shut their mouth because every time I turn on the tube and I see some clip, they're flapping their gums about how this is what the American people want. No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. The amount of people in this country that want what's taking place is a tiny fraction. And in my humble opinion, those people don't count. You can just disappear because if you're the kind of person that is down for all this that's going on, yeah, I want no part of you. I don't want to deal with you in my personal life. I don't want to deal with you in business. You can just find a hole and jump in it.
You know, there's a word that people are using a lot, and I'm going to add a little bit to it. It's called the lack of empathy. Mm-hmm. Now, the same people that want to rape, murder, still lack empathy, but if you took a nickel from them, they would go to the tip top of any kind of tower and scream foul. Why do we have a society that somebody who has no feeling, nothing towards another human being is the one that gets to make the decisions about how that other human being is treated? Now, if you could get them to understand empathy, then they would internalize what they're doing to somebody else, but they don't have that ability. They don't have that ability to put themselves in the situation that they've created for someone else, nor do they care. All they care about is their own situation and thinking that by harming that person over there, it's making their life situation better. It is not. You are defined by what you do to somebody who has no power to defend themselves. If they cannot defend themselves and you still stomp a hole in them, that's you. That is your evilness. That is your darkness. That is all you. That victim there was a choice you made. That victim there was your penance. That was, don't touch them. But your penance, you had to touch them because you had to feel better than them. You had to feel like you're stepping on something beneath you. Why? Why are you so broken that watching other people suffer is entertainment? And think about that. You are defined by what you do to the helpless person that you harm, especially if they have no knowledge of whatever power you have.
Well, the sad thing is they thought they were exempt. They thought that, run around, lay waste to all these poor people, these marginalized people, the minorities. Just go ahead because we're going to be exempt because they're going to give us big piles of cash on the other side of this thing. So, and amazing how, at least some of them anyways, are figuring it out that they're not exempt and they're not okay with that.
Well, exempt or not, they're suffering too, but not like the suffering that a lot of these children and minorities have had to endure. So I really don't have anything.
Yeah.
We're being punished. We're, as a group, America is being punished for allowing a certain party to just decide that they were going to unilaterally do all of this stuff. We didn't Congress did not declare war on Venezuela. Congress did not declare war on Iran. None of this was discussed. We're on a ride to hell, the rest of us.
The only thing Congress has done is pass that ridiculous, big, beautiful bill that has resulted in millions of people losing their health care. Yay.
And write-offs.
Oh, yes, right.
You're paying more taxes.
Oh, by the way, we heard too that the couple of tiny little fractional. First of all, I mean, I guess you have to be a waitress or a waiter. No tax on tips.
It's
But all these cool things, guess what? They go away in 2028.
It's only just a temporary thing.
He just
Yeah.
wanted to grease your palm. What, a little bit?
Just for the election.
Yeah.
Come on. So,
Anyway.
and what do we do here? You know, how do we fix something that's out of our control?
It's a
you
good
know what?
question.
Like I said, I'm not screaming at the TV anymore. I am sitting here trying to, you know, invoke some kind of response or
I have some ideas,
just
but
lead or
most average people don't want to hear what I have to say.
No.
Because I'm... Yeah.
got too hot. And the policies are mainly not policies that we Americans are supportive of either.
Yep.
You know, we do understand that we do have an influx of people that are here illegally. That should be dealt with. But there are also people here that are here legally. That should be the end of the story for them. They're here, they followed the rules, and they're more than welcome to stay by our sentiments.
Yeah. I don't know what this is with them trying to get rid of people who are first gen stuff, but
yeah.
one more massive screw up by Donald Trump and his useless administration. Just useless. I went and hired these people to work in a mailroom.
It's crazy.
Anyway,
We're dealing with a lot here as America. We're trying to stay on top of it, digest it, and all these things. But in your life, in your circumstances and situation, is it taking you or making you?
Yeah.
You know, is it forcing you to do something? You know, are you happy? And there are times in the day that maybe some of us are happy and some of us are not. But is it by your choice that your situation is what it is, or by someone else's?
I like it. That
This has been a public service show. And I'm Sandra.
And I'm Kirk.
And thank you for tuning in. And stay tuned. There's a lot more to come.
Bye.
Bye.
You have been watching a public service show. America is part of a global community. Sandra and I are well aware that the American experience had the hope for freedom. America isn't perfect by any means, and we are currently having our freedoms tested. Here at the Public Service Show, we're going to look at how and why we're at this point in America.